you. Oh, okay, wait. Maybe I'm a genius. But I don't have... Do I even have a capital? I do have a capital. Let's go. Okay, I figured it out. You marked all your states. I can now transfer that to you. And now... We did lose our entire army, unfortunately. I mean, actually, no, we didn't. Wait, maybe we did. No, 12 to 43. But I think we've done it. I think we've done it. I think it's worked. It still says we have 12... Okay, we have no units now. But we're at least now playing as the Exiles, and I think it's fixed. Bless up. Bless up. Join Middle Europa? Yes, we'll join Middle Europa. Welcome to Germany. Okay, so we did it. We fixed the problem. I mean, it did lead to Germany annexing a few of our territories. But that's okay. That's the price for me to actually get this to finally freaking work. Turn off straight transfer tool. There we go. So yeah, ignore this. We'll now do the Exiles arrive. And national leader has been arrested. Every man deserves a protest. Again, 50-50 is not too bad. So 50-50 on you. But there we go. The Maharaja communes still exist. We didn't have to make them lose our army. We lost our army. Also, we have to turn off TDebug now as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I just spent about 45 minutes trying to get this freaking thing to work. As you can see, all of the events and stuff I've been trying to fire to make this actually work properly. But here we are, here we are. You love to see it. I would give myself just free guns so that I can actually... I can't just give myself guns, I don't think. Is there like an equipment? I'm going to check one more thing. Just so I can maybe give myself some guns back. HOI4 equipment cheat. Is there a cheat for this? Just like give yourself... Oh, add equipment. Add equipment, add equipment. Main gun, tank upgrade, torpedo engine. Oh, rifle? Rifle. It's because they spelled rifle wrong, like an idiot. France, Poland, Sweden. Oh, so they've really got tanks for literally everyone, huh? They do, they do. Yeah, we'll just do this one. Just add equipment. Add equipment, this one. And let's add... We had, what, 12 infantry divisions? Let's just add 12,000 then. Okay, so to actually add 12,000. Should... Valid first argument should be a number. Is 12,000 not a number? Gonna find equipment with that name? Okay, well... Okay, well, apparently I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So, you know, let's just ignore that. We lose our infantry. So be it, so be it. But at least we're playing as the tank that I actually wanted to play as to begin with. Okay, national leader's been arrested. Or he gave a rousing speech, unfortunately. Not great for us, but okay. Okay, let's go for engineering. Let's go for radio research. I'm just glad. I mean, Wilhelm is back. And we're, of course, in the Reichspakt. Do we still have a volunteer over here? No, we do not. And it's going to war on the West Indies Union. That's completely acceptable. But yeah. Me and Germany are best friends. They didn't invade the Netherlands, which is good, which is what I wanted them to not do. But look, we have a single unit. The army is getting stronger and stronger by the day. Again, I would definitely cheat myself some guns, but I guess they're not really... Unless they change the tags, but like... Okay, fine. Ignore that. Not communist. Totalist Maharaja commune. And the cabinet in exile. The homeland following the unusual constitutional checks of the Queen's power could not be exercised due to the lack of parliament. In effect, this means that royal decrees are the only legal laws by the government. and they can neither be blocked without a parliament. All power, no matter how the political situation was laid up back home, now rests within the Queen, who is now set to appoint the first exiled Dutch cabinet. Will she solidify her rule by creating a local cabinet, or will she instead form an ARP cabinet, her all-time favorite? Okay, so we can either get direct rule. You know what, let's the Queen establishes direct rule. Let's go. Total autocracy plus 20%. And no democracy for you. We saw how democracy worked out for the Netherlands. It clearly has been a failure for us. So we will go for direct rule by the Queen. I can't believe how long it took us to freaking get to the event to work. At least we're there now. At least we've done it. Let's go back to Station 1. We do a pretty decent bonus for that. Question, do we want to support the Germany's Asia here? Actually, you can't. Can't send volunteers to an ally. So even if we wanted to help them out, we couldn't. That's okay. It's not horrible. The nationals are fighting each other. Absolutely do not intervene. Allow them to weaken each other as much as humanly possible. Where the hell did my app go? This. We could. I mean, we now could maybe ask Germany for some guns, but I doubt they would do it. Again, at least not while we're not at war. Plus license production. License production doesn't actually help us, though. It just allows us to build guns, which is not really what we're wanting. By the way, actually, I should check. Are you actually core of my land? Okay, you are core states. Lovely. I was just worried if maybe you were considered occupied territory because we kind of did like this weird roundabout way of doing things. The bargain for Batavia. The first batch of exiles arrived in Batavia. It has become clear that the situation will soon become unmanageable unless we give the East Indians a significant concession. They want independence, and while they obviously are not ready for it, we do not need to retain the fatherland. We do need to retake the fatherland. So some suggest that we might perhaps sway the promise of equal status within the kingdom. The Queen will give a speech today, and many Andalusians anxiously await to hear what she has to say, hoping for a promise of significant improvement. We actually we can completely remove this. Equal status. We do not give in to them. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll do on political power for this. And they've lost immunity. We love to see it. Oh yeah, equal status seems more than acceptable. So we got expertise of exiles, the army and exiles, or reestablish the CID. Let's go with 10,000 manpower. I mean, you're not... ooh, three free units. We actually kind of can't pass it up right now. The premiere of Terang Bolin. Indonesian and Malay language, Sharon Bolin, Full Moon, has seen its first public display last week and it already seems to be becoming a commercial success. The film features two lovers, Katsman and Rahaya, who have been separated due to the bride's father's choice of another man, Musa, who decide to elope into Malacca, where they find an old friend whose name is Dulen. Kasim and Roya live until Musa, who turns out to be an opium dealer, discovers the location, has Roya brought back to their home village. Kasim follows them and starts a fight with Musa, after which he is saved by Dula, so the two can marry. The film seems to have brought new life to the film industry that was on a downturn for several years as a result of Baden-Württemberg's films entering the East Indian market, and its popularity even crossing the Malaccan Strait into German Malaysia. We do at least have some civilian factories now, but I think it's time for us to mobilize and militarize the country as much as we possibly can. Mostly because we've kind of shit the bed, for lack of a better word. Okay, RR's been founded 20 years ago in 1917 at the Anata. The General News and Telegraph Agency was founded in WWII, following the first news outlet in the Indies. The group growing the outlet in the Indies, and thus growing to become the primary news outlet in the Indies. Independence, or we lose some stability. I mean, our stability is actually at like 100%. Losing 2.5% is not that bad for us. So I will definitely take that without having to worry, I think, too much. So Australia and Germany's Asia, they did take over New Guinea. Which, I mean, is not great. But it's also by no means the worst thing that's happened to us before. How are you guys doing? Not in the International quite yet. Of course, you will be at some point. Argentina is also going to lose the war, unfortunately. We really cannot afford to put more units there. I guess also you guys just immediately deploy into Blue Army. No reason for me to actually have to give you the command to do so. You should be more or less capable of doing it yourself. Yeah, 1938, Manda Sea Earthquake. Manda Sea magnitude 8.4. Moment magnitude scale of high intensity. It didn't really seem like it actually caused any real damage, so it's not so bad. It's not so bad. You do get 27 war support off of you. That's ooh, 2 civilian factories, 2 military factories. Got a lot of stuff over here. 10,000 rifles. That's actually exactly what I was trying to cheat in, but you know it's just here right. They're just offering it to me. That I will definitely take. Venezuela's got a war on the Indian Union as well. Let's get the expertise of the exiles as much as we possibly can. Industrialize Java. Building dockyards is, I think, kind of trash. We don't need to worry about that too much. By the way, did we ever get rid of Black Monday? No, we didn't. And there might not be a way to remove Black Monday with this focus tree. Yeah, again, annexation, cause rebellion against you. Yeah, no, I don't think we can actually remove Black Monday anymore, but you know, that's so be it. It's a permanent Black Monday here in the Dutch East Indies. Not so bad. Hello, TARDIS. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's research. I mean, it's 1938. Let's get the next level of research technology here as well. Another unit. Deploy you there. Welcome, welcome to the army. Okay, Expedition 1 is done. Hopefully that'll allow us to at least maybe export some more stuff if we're lucky. Excavation 2 is not really necessary, but we will go for the 1938 infantry equipment. Yeah, so the Bahar Commune owns this island. We own this island up here. And Germany's not invading them. At some point, they'll join the International. I just don't know exactly when that will be. I mean, I guess I could theoretically rush our way down towards ruling the Netherlands soon and just attack them with the backing of the Germans. But I mean, we're about a year and a half away from the Second Weltkrieg. So what do we need for this? We need to rule the lands, the skies, and the sea. You don't need a foot. I guess we don't need any of these ones. Actually, no, you do need one of these ones as well. Let's industrialize Java. I think our economy just needs some fixing. If we want to really attack anyone. What's Japan doing? We don't know what the Japanese are doing, at least not right now. More people are calling for independence. Growing unity of the independence movement. Okay, so I think they might actually be at high now. No, actually, they're still on medium. Medium is not anything that we got to worry about. Okay. Muscat and the Sultan of Nish are now at war. You know, Clique has fallen into civil war. That's fine. Well, you know. But yeah, the Tet Offensive did fire, so I'm pretty sure that might mean the end of Indochina being ruled by the Germany's Asians, unfortunately. But I don't know there's really that much we could really do here, unfortunately, for them. Like, I think they might just be dead. They actually don't have any ports. Which is horrible for them. No ports basically means that they are very, 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 very much dead. But what can you do, huh? Yeah, 5 more days on you. Russia declared war on Don Kubin. Germany's still protecting Georgia and Azerbaijan, but Don Kubin is 100% dead. The DNT is actually doing very, very well for themselves. And Argentina's about to fall. Poor Germany, man. I mean, they did take territory away from us, so... I mean, I guess it's not the worst that it could have been. I mean, it's still not great for them, but it could have been significantly worse for Germany's Asia if they didn't steal our territory. Maybe at some point we'll go back to war with them. I don't know. The Japanese, of course, could also invade at some point. Because Indo-Chinese Union is much weaker against the Japanese invasion than, of course, the backing of the Reichspakt would have. And to announce our ambitions, which, again, is a little bit scary for us, but... Also, I've noticed that we might not actually be able to fight these anymore. We don't have those decisions to fight the resistance anymore. Yeah, we didn't find any common ground, because I didn't want to lose 300 political power for this. Yeah, the Kingdom of Spain has fallen. Now Carlos against CNT. I think CNT is more than... Yeah, definitely arrest him. We kind of actually had to worry about this maybe a little bit. I mean, I guess if there's an independence revolt in the Netherlands, we could, of course, call our allies in Germany. Just in case. Just in case. Yeah, Germany's age, I think. Could perhaps be useful there. How many troops do you guys actually have now? 23. Because you did get technically kicked out of the Indo-Chinese Union. Honduras and El Salvador. A lot of wars going on down here. It's actually the liberals against the reactionaries, which actually you don't actually see very often. It's usually at least one of those guys is socialist. Definitely going down a different path. So you got some arms factories. You love to see it. 10,000 guns for liberation. Yeah, we'll go with guns for liberation, and we'll immediately then go getting extra research slot. Yeah, I want more for you. We are exporting a lot of steel, which is, like, not great. We'll import 1 steel from Germany. We might need to get rid of free trade. It probably is not helping us right now. Go down to just export focus, I think seems more acceptable. And we have basically also built up our army to roughly pre-revolution levels. So, honestly, it wasn't that big of a problem for us. We will put even 1 more factory here as well. Go for sport weapons too, because we do have research bonus to that. We even a small number of fighters and stuff, but really nothing too crazy. And oh, Najat actually annexed Oman. Don't see that very often. Usually, at least the Ottomans protect a little bit, like at least the coastline, but not this time. Not this time. Still thinking about how screwed Estonia is. Estonia has like no chance of survival in the grand scheme of things. Like they are incredibly dead. But aside from that, Paraguay's declared war on Bolivia. Really, Paraguay? You don't usually say Paraguay started that war. Usually Bolivia invades, but not today. So yeah, Paraguay does have some claims up here. Okay, let's at least disperse them. Not do anything too rash. We're still on civilian economy as well, but yeah, I think we want to go down to export focus just so we can maybe not have to import so much steel. Yeah, I don't think it'll affect our economy too much. I mean, it does make give us a little bit of penalties, but it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Okay, Middle Africa's now at war with the Portuguese. Of course, we can't join that war. What do you do on Middle Africa? We want Middle Africa to win, but at the same time, we don't want them to win so much that their stability is just... I mean, already a negative 26. We don't want their stability to be, like, so bad that they completely collapse. We want a strong, Middle Africa. For obvious reasons. We are on the Reichspakt. In a weak, Middle Africa, it's not really in our best interest. Because how many men do you guys start off with? You have right now 23 divisions, which is pretty good. I think it should be more than the Portuguese have. Actually, maybe not. They have 19 to 43. They could end up with slightly more. Okay, let's secure power in non-excavation 2. Let's go for artillery upgrade, actually. Now, we do have 500 artillery rifles right now. So actually, let's delete you. Let's delete all these things we don't actually have focuses for. Put some support artillery in this, which we should have more than enough of. Excellent. I mean, it would be nice to maybe try to produce some tanks, but... yeah, you know, let's produce at least, like, a light tank 1. They're not going to be crazy good. And we might get, like, 1 tank division by the end game, but... no, we've got to try. We've got to try our best here. And we're about roughly 1 year away from the next Weltkrieg. Poland is a republic. Did you join any factions? No. So it's hard to say. Republic of Poland, they could either join up with the Reichspakt, or they could actually align themselves with the Russians. And align themselves with the Russians, of course, isn't, like, excellent for us. It would be nicer if they joined up with Germany, obviously. We'll see. I mean, even joining with Russia isn't that bad. I mean, it distracts the German army a little bit. Yeah, they do have, like, a Bond villain as their leader. We now have the Republic of China, we got the federal government, and we got the Qing. So we got 3 countries all proclaiming themselves to be the legitimate government of China. And of course, we then have a couple of warlords. So you're at war with Henan, the Qing are at war with Shaanxi. Republic of China is not doing too much right now, but it looks like they do apparently want to secure the Southwest. For a second there, I legitimately thought that was France in their picture. I'd be like, oh, I don't know if the Republic of China can really attack France very effectively, but you know what? You do you. Go off, King. And there we go. We actually have 10 units now, which is pretty good. Okay, declaration of the Argentinian Free Territory. That usually means that they're not going to be part of the Internationale. I don't know why they leave the Internationale when they declare that. But, you know, we'll see. They'll usually join them again, but they could also theoretically go to war with Chile. Not impossible. So you're now at war with the Greeks. Greece is still in the Belgrade Pact. IMRO still kind of exists down here as well. Southeast provinces have joined the Zili clique. So it looks like the Qing is actually getting a lot of backing at the moment. Do we want any of you? Garbage. Okay. The 5% war support's not bad. Honestly, everything else in this tree I think is kind of shit, so we'll ignore it for now. And of course, we do now have an extra research slot. Let's use that research slot to... Let's get the 1939 rifle. Our armies are looking pretty good. We should have enough support, enough infantry equipment for at least a little bit. You know, we'll actually set you guys to 4. We have 6,000 guns in storage right now. Strength of the independence movement has grown. Nationalists that fight each other, of course, do not fight them at all. They've immediately faltered again. I mean, they're on medium right now. We will probably see... I think at some point they will try to declare war on us and have an independence revolt, but it shouldn't be that bad. And now the Hunan clique has aligned themselves with the Qing as well. But the fighting governments don't really know what their plans are. They haven't really done anything quite yet. They always could in the future. And the Carlists are definitely going to lose the CNT. At some point, it's going to happen. Okay, you're at war with Romania. You're not at war with Serbia. I'm assuming you're not at war with Serbia because they're dealing with IMRO. That would be my guess, at the very least. Okay, let's go for... Because, like, I think air units kind of are not what we want here. Let's go for the 1939 construction speed. We do have a nice 30. Where is it? We have a nice 30% research speed bonus. We also I saw had a 50% construction speed bonus. All those are nice for us. I do appreciate it. Okay, Italy's declared war on Lombardia and Venice. They really shouldn't. I mean, yeah, they can't. 2 to 10, 1 to 5. It would be hilarious if Lombardia and Venice could somehow defeat the SRI. I don't see it happening for obvious reasons. Yeah, Honduras has fallen, which I think means that Central America will now, yeah, unify. And where do we get those guns from? Not guns. We get, yeah, we get manpower here. We get 3 divisions from you, yes. I will 100% take those 3 free divisions. I still really like to fight the independence movement, but again, we just don't really have the option to do so. Yeah, Lombardia immediately died. Venice, they're not going to last much longer. They at least have like a river that's kind of protecting some of their territory, but other than that, very dead. The communists seized power in Argentina. Which is the Totalist faction. Which actually, yeah, I think the communists in Argentina do not align themselves with Third International. I think they actually want to attack Chile, if I remember correctly. I know there's one Argentina one Patagonia Worker Front focus tree that allows you to try to annex all of South America into one faction. We'll probably try that at some point. Definitely weaken our strength. I don't know when that would be, though. Okay, so now everybody's at war with the federal government. Like, legitimately all of China's at war with the federal government. Cheng Xiaoming, he's having a bad day. I think we can definitely say that. Well, it's not like you're going to align... Oh, Unocleek's actually your puppet. But it's not like you're going to align yourselves with the Qing, for obvious reasons. The Republic of China is going to eventually fight against the Qing. They might try to fight at the same time the defending government decides to attack. That would make sense to me. And now you're fighting Two Sicilies. I doubt that the SRI will be able to fight and beat Two Sicilies before the Second Weltkrieg. But if they do end up doing so, it would give a lot of power to the Internationale. Okay, so that's three divisions right there. Ruling the land. Yeah, again, we do need to finish all these trees if we want to actually fight against the Dutch and reclaim our rightful territory. Conscript some islanders, light armor divisions. What do you actually give us? Probably like a research bonus. Yeah. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. Ruling the land's organization recovery rate goes up. I really wish we didn't need to do the expanding our navy because the navy basically is shit. Venezuela. As we're unable to protect our our assets overseas, the Venezuelan government has taken advantage of our present situation. These are oil assets. That is incredibly rude. Why would you do that to me? Australia, yeah, the West Indies Union's having a bad day. I mean, they've already landed their troops into Jamaica. Yeah, so they're not really long for this world. The French Republic... Does the French Republic always control this territory? No, they don't. It's just part of the West Indies Union. I was going to say, like... I didn't remember the French Republic actually keeping their territories over here. I'm actually kind of surprised they don't. I think it makes sense for them, though, to keep it if they're in the Entente. But now you're at high. Which actually, again, doesn't have any penalties. I really thought that it would. But you're now at war with the Serbians and Romania. Resources. Yeah, we're gonna say like 1 tungsten. Proposal of single currency. In light of consequences of the Black Monday, the German government has come up with a new proposal for single currency. 3% factory output, or you get 25 political power. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take the factory output. We will now trade using the Reichsmark, or whatever currency it's actually called. And more people are calling for representation. Okay. Stop calling for independence over here, okay? You stinky beans. Okay, but Russia now annexed Finland. I think Russia usually puppets Finland. I don't think actually keeps them usually a part of the country. Yeah, now the federal government's coming more on the Qing. Federal government's collapsed. This, for me, would be when the Republic of China should intervene in the war. Yeah, they're going to Nanjing next, which actually will get them at war with the Qing. Light armor divisions will get you next. We'll get a research bonus for some tanks. We could research next level of tanks, because we are trying to build at least level 1s. We have 34 right now. And you're those 3 divisions. Hey, you're actually okay. Well, let us make a new template with some tanks. Not you. Armored battalions. We'll throw in 3 light tanks, and we'll throw in the rest being just some infantry. Make you a nice 20 combat with. Yeah, we'll go 4 and 2 on this. And we might as well throw in the support guys here as well. We don't have artillery for that. So let's just train up 1 of them right now. The Qing they clear war in the Republic of China first. Okay. Qing? Well, why? You just want a war defending government. Why would you immediately start another war with another country? That seems like it makes no sense for you to do. But I mean, okay, so China actually has aligned themselves with the Germans. So actually, I guess it would be in our best interest for the Qing to actually win the war, but I don't think the Qing can join up with the Reichspakt, right? Maybe they can? I don't know. I'm like 75% sure they cannot. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. By the way, the Germans are really, really, really ready to kill Latvia. Much more so than they are to prepare a war against the Russians. It's now November. War with France is, you know, it's on the horizon. We're less than a year away. Russia planning on doing anything else? Probably not. I don't think there's anywhere they can really expand to. At least not right now. Yeah, Greece is joining Entente. That is completely okay. I mean, they can't really join up the Reichspakt. Unless Germany forgives a debt, but they don't often do that. Okay, well, thanks to the light armor divisions. We'll then follow that up with ruling the lands. And when we're going to next research slot, which will be in about a little over a month, we can use that to try to build up one level of light tank. So, okay, what's actually higher? I think strength is higher now. Yeah. Sabotage our arms. I mean, if anything, I'd rather the war just start now, so that I can crush the independence revolt before the Second World War actually begins. We send our troops overseas.